my boys sent this here, and I'm in the middle of nowhere in Canada, Kapuskasing, which is 10 hours from Toronto. So it's literally a small little city where my girlfriend's dad grew up, and we're just here for about a week, you know, visiting family and stuff that you never really see normally. It's not very easy to travel, you know, towards Vancouver, especially when they're old and have some health problems and stuff like that. So we're out here visiting the fam, and if you want to know why my beard is so amazing and scruffy, I scheduled an appointment at home. They just randomly closed on the day that I went there. The next day, I came here, obviously. They have 2 barber shops completely full all week. They have 2 coffee shops and a McDonald's, Pizza Hut, and
Subway.
And a Subway. So, you know, I had a grocery store and 2 gyms, all right? We got 1 decent gym. The gym is actually better than the one that I have at home. It's got plate-loaded everything. It's not very big, but it's basically my own personal gym. No one's there. It's like me and 1 other guy. So, yeah, it's actually a solid gym. Dumbbells at the 150. Haven't used them yet, but I might. Just scared of tearing something because I feel like I'm strong enough to do it, but, you know, you kind of got to build up, right? Like if I'm used to normally using a barbell. Anyways, let's get into the CS news. So, we have major changes in Liquid. They got JKS and, what's his name? Ultimate, sorry. Don't have my computer to do all the thinking for me. I have to use my brain. It's not very powerful. So this roster change, I actually like it. It's a little odd. I don't know so much about Ultimate, their new Opera. His stats seem pretty good. I have not watched much of them, but from a firepower perspective, he's definitely an upgrade from Cadian. Obviously, Cadian's got dual purposes. He's a caller and an Opera, so I'm not trying to, you know, hate on him or anything, but I definitely think firepower upgrade, just direct, 100% an upgrade. We're definitely gonna have Twist start calling. That seems to be something he's wanted to do. Not a fan. I am a fan of Twist. I think he's one of the best Canadian players with NAF right now, but I think he should have stuck to his role just because he's still in his prime. He's still putting up big numbers. He's still carrying. I'm not like hating on him wanting to transition to a role that I think he could be good at. It's just, I think when you're in your prime, it's better to milk it. But again, there's no callers. It's so hard to find a caller. So if you're an upcoming player, you become a caller. All right. It's basically solidifying your way into a top team, tier 2, tier 1 at some point if you're decent. Way harder unless, you know, you're a prodigy like Donk or something that gets picked up, no problem. But yeah, if you're someone that maybe isn't so naturally gifted, definitely look into becoming an IGL. It's definitely in demand for sure. So, yeah, so then they also picked up JKS. JKS is a player that I actually am excited to see more of. I think he's definitely a benefit to a lot of teams. I played versus him for many years. He's very clutch, very methodical. He's very good at all the roles he does. He is passive. You know, obviously we heard the rumors from G2 that his comms weren't maybe up to par, but I mean, I still think for where Liquid is, he's going to be a benefit. You know, he's made finals of tournaments, won tournaments, etc. So definitely got the experience behind him. So I'm excited to see what we're going to see from him. But my biggest worry is that we haven't really seen anything in CS2, right? CS2 is a much bigger game. We've seen some people have performance drop-offs, a lot of complaining on Twitter about the game. I'm getting eaten by bugs, so just bear with me here. So for me, it's just like, it's obviously, I think he's a great player. It's just, you know, we have to wait and see. You know, maybe he just comes back, he's just a normal player, or maybe he has a drop-off, which would be, you know, obviously unfortunate. But I don't think we can really say one way or another yet until we see some matches from Liquid. NAF, obviously, I always believe in NAF. I think NAF and Twist have been the backbone of Liquid this whole time. All the results have basically been off the back of those two. But Yekindar is the one that I'm excited to see. You know, different caller, different system, get some of his confidence back, and hopefully we can see the old Yekindar, because I don't feel like that skill just vanishes. You know, and he was basically kind of doing similar stuff to Donk when he was coming up on, you know, Virtus Pro and, you know, originally joining Liquid. But, you know, obviously CS2 and later there was definitely a performance drop-off 100%, so we'll see if he can get back. But if Yekindar can get back to his old level, we're definitely seeing a scary Liquid. I think even if their Opera doesn't perform at like a super high level, and he's just decent. I still think it's enough with the players they have. There's going to be no real weak links. You know, like Twist being their IGL is still an amazing player. Right? I don't really see anyone that's like objectively exploitable, other than potentially JKS if he doesn't transition to CS2 very well. So I'm excited to see, but I mean, I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think, if you like the roster or not. Originally I was like, but the more I think about it, you know, you have to spend a lot of money to get a really good offer, so they're taking a chance on an up-and-coming guy with decent, with good stats, and just kind of hoping it works out. So I mean, I kind of like, I like the move that they're making, but we'll have to wait and see. And then we have the other team that I want to talk about, Cloud9. They picked up, Icy, Heavy God, and Inters. So right now it's those three with Axel and Boomich. So I'm very confused with this roster because, like, I feel like it could be good. It can't be worse than the old Cloud9. I mean, it is what it is. But I was hoping that maybe they could get Simple in there. But if not, they're going to go, I guess, with Icy as the, you know, up-and-coming opera. I guess everyone's just taking gambles. No one wants to spend $45 million on this guy, which is understandable. But the thing that I'm most curious about is Inters coming back. I think Inters is one of those players where his stats aren't really good, but he makes zero mistakes. He'll never die unnecessarily in the game, and he'll only ever help your teammates. So he's that guy you love pugging with because he just drops you guns. He always flashes for you. He does everything to make you better, and he doesn't screw up himself. Now, obviously, he's not Nico going around one-tapping everyone, but I definitely think if all four of the players on C9 are performing, he's totally good to be in this lineup, and he's gonna help them. Now, if the players on the team aren't performing, he's gonna look like a liability, and he's gonna get scapegoated. That's my personal prediction. But I don't think this roster is gonna really hang on Inters. I think it's the other four. Axel, we saw him have a fall off near the end of CSGO, start of CS2. He had a pretty good major run. He's been more on the upswing, but we're gonna have to see, like, is Axel able to continue his high-level rifling? Because, you know, obviously in the prime time of Gambit, early C9, Axel was one of the best rifles in the world, right? He was like top 3, top 1 at some points for brief periods. So I think Axel needs to kind of step his rifle game up to be at that level for them to be good. Boomich has always been a solid caller, decent fragger at the same time. He creates a lot of space. And then I don't know a whole lot about Icy, if I'm just being honest. So I'll have to wait and see. And then Heavy God, I've watched a little bit of him. Good rifler, a lot of skill. I think maybe experience is his biggest issue, but I think, you know, with everyone kind of, you know, working with their coaches and everything, I think they'll be fine. They'll mold him into a good player. I think he's definitely going to be like their heavy hitter. Heavy God, the heavy hitter. Yeah, all right. I should end the video there, huh? But, nah, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, so I'm kind of excited to see both these lineups, but I think we're going to have to just wait and see. I don't think there's going to really be anyone that's predicting these are just guessing, right? But I definitely think this is an upgrade for both teams. Rosters are a little bit weirder than you may have expected, especially with, like, Cloud9 or, you know, Twist becoming the IGL, etc. But I think all these roster changes are definitely making for better CS in the future, and I think we're going to see a lot more close games. And yeah, that's my take on the news. And you guys can look at the beautiful lake, and damn, look at this place. So nice, so fresh. All right, later, boys.